It's been a week, but I have to tell you, oh my gosh, when it rains, it pours, right? There is a lot of information rolling out in the world of self-publishing, so this is going to be a longer than normal newscast. I want to share information about the KDP scams and frauds. I covered this on my main channel, but I think it bears worth in repeating. Also, Spotify. Oh boy, they're in a little bit of trouble here. In fact, so much so the FTC might get involved, where they're bundling music and audiobooks together and shortchanging the musicians. Not good. And speaking of not good, yeah, there seems to be a class action lawsuit rolling out against Amazon and Audible. Oh, it's because of what you think it is. It's because of them carrying a monopoly on the audiobook market, and something I've been sharing for a long time. And there's actually some stats that they actually have to back this one up, and Amazon might be in a little bit of trouble here pretty soon. All that in the self-publishing news for June the 24th, 2024. Let's jump on into things here. Starting it out, very first thing is the fine folks over at KDP sent me a notification. On June the 11th, they actually put out a forum piece about how to spot fraudulent publishing websites and protect yourself from scams. Let me give you the TLDR because I actually already did a video. There is a link to the video inside the show notes if you want to get a deep dive to the whole process. Essentially what's happening is there are some companies out there that are using the trademark names that Amazon has, including Amazon, Kindle, Kindle Direct Publishing, Amazon Publishing, any of those type of things, to run low quality, subpar services or even scams where they just take people's money. And they wanted to make very clear to you that Amazon KDP does not charge for any services. Yes, it's free to upload, and in exchange they get a percentage of the revenue from every sale that you make, but you do not pay anything to Amazon KDP. And they further state this inside the forum piece. I would recommend, again, go watch the video, or you can go over visit the link inside the show notes to get more details. All that to say, this is be very, very diligent, folks. Keep your head on a swivel, especially when you go into your email inbox. I always recommend to people, don't click on links from anyone unless you absolutely know it's from the intended source. And spread the word about this, because there are a lot of new authors out there that continue to get duped. And if you've been duped in any capacity, you know exactly what I mean. So make sure that you spread the word about some of these companies, and you need to report them as well. There are a number of sources you can go ahead and report them to. The one of them right off the top of my head is reportascam@amazon.com. You'll be able to let them know via email when you find something that is not good. So if someone's using the Amazon trademark or Kindle trademark or any of the other iterations of that, report it right away, because they've taken quite a few people to court. Actually, I think it was October last year, they took 20 different people to court in California over the misuse of their name, the misrepresentation. Moving a little further forward here, of course, we've got the video there, Amazon KDP Scams and Frauds. Go watch it. You'll enjoy it, I assure you. The Alliance of Independent Authors actually rolled out this piece. This was news to me. Following reports from members on our forum that Barnes & Noble are removing indie-authored books from BN.com. We reached out to clarify the situation. I've received the following statement from BNN. We know there has been much frustration and confusion with the recently removed titles from BN.com. Please know this decision was made because, for a variety of reasons, Barnes & Noble cannot maintain availability for all books that are in print on our site. And consequently, we know many independent authors and publishers with print-on-demand titles were caught in this curation process. As of today, many titles have already been reinstated, and we expect more to return to sales shortly. If your members would like to submit their books for immediate consideration, encourage them to reach out to Publisher Authority Inquiry at bn.com with the full list of your affected ISBNs. BNN remains dedicated to supporting an indie author community, and we appreciate your patience as we navigate and fix the impacts of this issue. So all that to say this, that Barnes & Noble was accidentally pulling down indie author titles. So if you happen to see that your titles have been removed from bn.com, then you may want to reach out to them at Publisher Authority Inquiry at bn.com. It's hard for me to say inquiry. I say that 10 times fast, Dale. What we shouldn't say fast, though, is this next piece about Spotify. My gosh, Spotify loves controversy, man. Music publishers file FTC complaint against Spotify claiming fraudulent practices. So more recently, they actually rolled out a new subscription program for Spotify that essentially bundles music and audiobooks together. But the problem is, during that bundling, they've kind of, well, they've bungled the whole thing, because the copyright is much different from an audiobook as it is to music. And so by putting these things together, well, they might be in for a bit of issues. In fact, the latest salvo includes filing a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission on behalf of all consumers in the U.S., not just its own publisher members. To catch up, in March, Spotify introduced its Audiobooks Access Tier, a standalone $9.99 offering that provides customers 15 hours of monthly listening time for a catalog of more than 250,000 selections. The addition of audiobooks allows Spotify to reclassify its premium subscription offering as a quote-unquote bundle, which under U.S. Copyright Royalty Board rules qualifies the company to pay a reduced rate to songwriters because it's licensing books and music under the same subscription price. Billboard estimates the loss to be about $150 million annually to music creatives. Boo hiss, Spotify, what are you doing? I literally at one point was excited that Spotify acquired Findaway Voices, and now they're just jerking around the musicians. And you know, look, I know that it doesn't directly impact me, but if they're doing things like this now, what's to say they're not going to do the same thing to us later on? We really do need to take a stand, and I think in instances like this, not a good look. Not a good look. And it just really puts me on that precarious edge of just not trusting Findaway Voices anymore. And it breaks my heart because I love that platform, and it's just slowly but surely being taken over by this online juggernaut and just getting ruined. And that's just my take on things. And speaking of audiobooks, oh my goodness, as if we didn't see this one coming, Amazon accused of audiobook monopoly and author class action lawsuit. So essentially what it comes down to is one author got really fed up with it. Got fed up with the low rates where you're paying a 60% distribution fee for your audiobook for exclusive status. Oh, if you're not exclusive, screw you. They're going to take 75%. And because of this predatory action, what ends up happening is, well, everybody wants to go to where all the popular kids are. Everybody wants to get onto Audible and Amazon because there's a lot of customers in there. But unfortunately, we're all getting screwed in the process. And there's even more data proving that, gosh, 80% of audiobook sales drive through Audible and Amazon. And finally, someone said, that's it. The Seattle federal lawsuit from author Christine DeMaio, who publishes under the name C.D. Reese, said Amazon is violating U.S. antitrust law by charging higher distribution fees for writers who do not exclusively use the e-commerce's giant platform. Christine, if you happen to be watching this, reach out to me. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to be able to share more about this information because we should not continue to roll over. I see too many people that are just, I got to get my audiobook over there. And they just have to just take it. And I don't think we should have to just take it. At this point, ACX and Audible and Amazon need to get their act together and start treating authors and compensating them appropriately rather than abusing the privilege to have us to go through their platform. It stinks. They're making lots of money off us, folks. And if you continue to roll over for something like that, then that means you're okay with them screwing us over. And if you're okay with that, fine, go on with your bad self and just disregard this class action lawsuit. But I think that we got ourselves finally something in the works that could probably work in our favor. And we're still talking about audiobooks. The fine folks over at BookFunnel, this is the book marketing software, has just officially announced that they are now able to deliver your audiobooks direct. And for a limited time, early adopters get lifetime discounts. By the way, I don't have an affiliate link for BookFunnel. I've heard nothing but good things about them. You'll be able to find out more about their plans that they have, where you can have 5,000 delivered hours of audio per month at $15 per month or $150 per year, or you can do unlimited delivered hours a month of audio at $25 a month or $250 per year. And for publishers, they have special rates. You want to make sure that you go and take advantage of that as soon as humanly possible, because obviously they have some early bird rates. I am very tempted to finally go and invest in BookFunnel for that reason, because for the longest time I've wanted to have direct audiobook sales, especially with ACX, because on future publications I don't plan on using Audiobook Creation Exchange until they can get their act together. And until they can otherwise do that, I'm looking to direct options like like this because, well, first of all, I'm going to get paid my worth. So hopefully you can consider this as well. All right, moving forward here, the fine folks over at Book Vault actually had announced this big news over in the Wide for the Win community forum. And what they have said, and let me give you the TLDR, is they're upgrading their bespoke printing. They have literally invested £250,000 in the state-of-the-art embellishment machine that will significantly elevate our services and further enhance the capabilities of our UK print facility. Some of these features include Spot UV, providing a sleek, glossy, and raised finish to specific areas of the cover for added emphasis and appeal, as well as the ability to embellish double-sided covers. There's so many really, really cool things. In fact, so much so that if you're listening to this on the audio podcast, you're probably not going to appreciate this, but I'm going to go ahead and share this. There's a link inside the show notes as per usual. What is this? The sprayed edges are amazing. It looks incredible. Fantastic. Love me some Book Vault. I am really, really geeked up to try out some of their new bespoke options. It is really, really cool. Let's move on over to the next piece of news coming from the fine folks over at Later Press. Later Press is an indie pub that you're able to publish your ebooks through their platform for 100% of the profits, and in the event that they sell it for you, it's like 10%. I've already kind of covered Later Press before, but one of the most significant parts about Later Press, unlike any other self-publishing company, is that account holders have direct say on the direction of the platform. And in fact, I have to say actually 10 times there. They have actually launched the draft constitution is available for your review. So go ahead, give that a review, piece through it, see what you think. Join them on Discord as well. I just joined their Discord server. I thought I was there, but apparently I wasn't. But you'll be able to get more information about this, and you want to get a little bit more say on the direction of Later Press, you want to go ahead and check that out as soon as humanly possible. Big update just came through from the fine folks over at DIBL Create. Token usage. A lot of people are really concerned when they're using tokens through the DIBL Create platform. They're not really sure how much they're going to spend on a specific area. Well, they now have some rough guesstimates of how much you're going to spend with each one of those services. And now you can actually go in your dashboard and see your token usage and what you've used it on specifically. This has been super helpful for me because right now I'm producing a video series about DIBL Create and leveraging their platform. And I'm able to see how many tokens I'm using for each one of those. Now, those tokens go towards artificial intelligence usage. So this would be for anything from using content writer to description writer to research. There's so many things you can use with their tokens. So this is really cool. Something I've been suggesting to them for a while, and I'm just geeked up that they finally have something like this available. All right, the last pieces of news here are just some hot pieces that you might want to be aware of, some events and some relevant stuff that you're going to want to take note of. So rapid fire going through a good friend of the channel, Carrie Flanagan. She's from Crave Books. I actually interviewed her last year. Actually just launched a Kickstarter campaign for The Right Stuff. Make your writing dreams come true with 2 new books crafted to guide aspiring writers from first draft to financial success. Carrie is very experienced in this. It is a fully funded Kickstarter. I've already invested in it. I actually ended up picking up all 4 of her books that she have through there. 2 of them that she's doing for this particular campaign and 2 of them that are going to be added in there because I wanted all of her books. I'm like, I want to read all of them. All right, moving further forward, the fine folks over at Publish Drive are going to be doing a free webinar for you, Manuscript Formatting and Book Upload, How to Start Your Publishing Journey on June 27th at 12 p.m. Are you an author or a self-publisher looking to make your manuscript formatting easy and streamline the book upload process? We're excited to announce our upcoming webinar. You want more details about that? Go ahead and visit the link inside the show notes. Moving a little further forward, there's going to be a live editing session with Tom Bromley, Reedsy's head of learning. So if you want to get a little bit more insights on editing and such, you want to go visit that Thursday, June 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Boy, they're loading it up on the 27th, aren't they? The fine folks over at BookBrush are doing a webinar, free one for you, Savvy Solutions for Summer, 6 Smart Suggestions for Hourly Concepts. That's going to be, a lot of authors tell us that a lot like the idea of hourly concepts, but aren't sure how it fits their needs. Yes, they've got a new kind of like an a la carte service where they do some of the stuff for you on your behalf. That's Hourly Concepts. You're going to get a little bit more details about that on Wednesday, June 26th at 12 p.m. Eastern Daytime. So go ahead and take a look at that. And then going a little further forward here, folks, I actually did an interview not too long ago with Kevin Tumlinson, the former marketing director of Draft Digital. Now he's just an author. Not that that's a terrible thing. And we actually had a very cool, I say actually, if it's a drinking game, you're probably going to be blitzed by now. It is a great conversation. This is unlike any of the interviews I've done previously because we actually kind of go into a little bit of a personal level. And I was a little uncomfortable in doing it, but it was Kevin, so he always makes me feel comfortable anyways. You want more details, go and watch that video on over there. And then last but not least, join me for the AuthorTube Writing Conference from Friday, June 28th to Sunday, June 30th. More details at authortubewritingconference.com. I will be hosting a presentation on Friday, June 28th, The Future of Self-Publishing Books on Amazon and Beyond. It is a roundtable with all of the major self-publishing companies, sans KDP. This is going to include Ingram Spark, Smashwords, Draft Digital, Publish Drive, Lulu, BookVault, Kobo Writing and Life, and StreetLib. I believe I covered them all. It is a fascinating conversation that you will enjoy. I know I enjoyed it. It was probably the best video I feel I've done to date because, well, I didn't have to do too much work. I let the speakers speak their minds and talk a little bit about their companies, and some of the things are really insightful, and you're also going to get some inside intel from some of this presentation. So you don't want to miss out on that. That's this Friday, June 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern Daytime. You do not want to miss out on that. What did you think about some of these pieces of news? Was there anything that I missed over the past week? I definitely would love to hear from you inside my Discord community. Join me at dalelinks.com/discord. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and thank you so much for tuning in. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.